Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another week of TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We're here for round 13 of the Silver Class, and we are at a new track. Nobody's raced here before. We are not racing here this season in Real F1, but we are racing here tonight in TCR. We are here at Hanoi in Vietnam, on board with Lazo, making his first attempt at qualifying. The sunny, dry, so that's good for the drivers. My name is 007 Professional. I'm joined here tonight by somebody who you may not recognize, just because it's his first time in the booth. He is usually on track tonight, and he is our championship leader here in Silver Class. It is Pazosaurus Rex. Paz, first off, how are you? And welcome to the commentary booth.
Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here, although a little bummed I can't be out on the track, but, win some, lose some, and, looking forward to a great race.
Absolutely. I can really say it's weird having you up here. I'm usually used to, seeing you out on track and, setting pole positions and, winning races and all that stuff, leading the championship, fighting with your main rival, Bamboo, who is down in P15. Not set a lap yet, but he's on his out lap at the moment, and we'll be setting his shortly. So the circuit comprises of 23 corners. We're running strict rules tonight here in TCR. We go between regular and strict, just trying that out, and so far it's worked out actually quite a dream, as Lazo decides to just abort that lap in pit. But it's worked out pretty well. Tracks like Monaco, tonight here in Vietnam, Singapore, we've run strict. All the other tracks this season we've run regular. The drivers seem to enjoy that. So the walls that you see on either side of you will definitely not be your friend if you make contact with them too much. And I'm aboard with Robin Hood Lloyds doing his outlap. So, Paz, so you're used to driving the circuit. You were practicing for it, I'm sure. What are some corners and some areas that drivers need to kind of look out for when driving the circuit?
Well, definitely worth mentioning that the circuit overall is not easy. It's not really a track where you can find a good flow unless you put in a lot of time practicing. The complex from turn 1 through turn 5 with that big loop in it, that's hard to find a good line, finding the right area, like getting out wide, coming into turn 2 without going too far into the pit exit and breaking track limits there. Similar complex coming down after that DRS straight into turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, where it's kind of the same issue except you have a little bit of a guide with the wall on the outside, so it's a little more intuitive. And then the whole S section going from turn 12 all the way through turn 21. Insanely hard. Really going to test our drivers tonight.
So do you think we're going to see a safety car in Sector 3 on that little tight little S section at the left, right, left? If you get it wrong, because it's actually quite high speed, if you get that wrong, you're going to be in the wall, and you can definitely cause a big pileup. Luckily, we have ghosting on tonight, just because the track is, built in such a way that, a wreck can happen, it can take out half the field. So do you think a safety car is going to happen tonight in that section?
Oh, absolutely. Those walls come in so fast, and it's almost inevitable. At least one of our 16 drivers tonight is going to end up finding themselves with their front wing facing that wall.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of drivers, I'm just kind of scrolling through now as we're almost halfway through quali, but a lot of drivers are aborting their laps. Like they're going for their first hot lap and then just aborting it at the end of the lap, going in and put on another set of shoes. So it seems drivers are struggling a little bit with this new circuit. With the flow of it, I know personally I'm struggling with the flow. Is it a track that you enjoy driving, Paz?
I wouldn't really say enjoy. It's kind of a weird track just because, with all those walls around and the design of it, it's not only is it hard to find lines and stuff, it's also kind of hard to find a bearing and kind of really get a good idea of where you are on the track, like super solidly. But once you get a lot of practice and you get better at it, it gets a little bit more enjoyable, but it's definitely not one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's definitely not on my top 5 track list, I can tell you that much. So I'm on board with Kano, and I think he's just about to complete his first flying lap, so let's see where that puts him. We're looking around the 34s, maybe even a 33 if somebody hooks up a lap, but that is super hard to do on this very difficult, tight track. Kano riding the last corner, and at 39 dead, so a few seconds off the pace. He's on the medium tire, so I'm sure with a few laps under his belt, he'll move right up the order. Let's see what else we got. Motor City, who's gone on with a new name tonight, Motown Motor City. So, but we'll just call him Motor for tonight. He's on his out lap trying to get ready.
I'm currently on board with Bamboo, watching him on his flying lap, and it looks like he's hooking it up pretty well.
Oh, okay. Let's go and watch him. Down the humongous back straight, it's like 500,000 miles. It goes on forever. And heavy braking, hard onto like a wheel. Yeah, super tight. Definitely short shifts into third gear. It's kind of interesting to see what driver uses first gear, second gear, and then what drivers like Bamboo uses third and fourth gear out of that really tight hairpin. Pretty clean lap from Bamboo. What kind of time do you think he's going to do, Paz?
I'm going to guess a 134.1.
Oh, 134.2. Pretty close, man. Pretty close.
Narrow gap between top two there. Two Renault teammates.
Yeah, dude, only half a tenth. And then about 6/10 back to Nip Steven. Nip Steven, I'm going to watch him tonight. I think he's got a lot of potential for a good race. But I've seen in the past few races he's kind of lost his nerve here and there, and spun a few times, lost a wing here and there when it's become wet. So I'm not sure he's going to fare tonight on this type of circuit, the Vietnam circuit. So I think he's one to watch. I think he'll be bringing a lot of action to the track tonight.
I'm seeing all sorts of drivers just abort their laps.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. It's a hard track to hook up, and I think I'm going to experience that on Thursday during the Platinum race. I need to do some laps before Thursday, let's be honest.
Definitely a track that requires a lot of practice. As I watched Shoka Dia get up and do third position, passing Nip Steven.
Very nice. So let's kind of take this time as drivers are kind of doing their out laps and getting ready for their third run. But the championship standings for the Silver Class Championship, as we have tonight, Paz, who is co-commentating here in the booth, on 157 points, and then Bamboo on 155, just 2 points behind. Dorian Alpha in third, about 50 points behind that. And then TCR F1 Racer, just 2 points behind Dorian. And then just filing down, Shoka Dia, Nip Steven, Lazo, Blend Machine, Motor City, and D-Swish. All pretty tight in the midfield. The constructors, Renault is leading, and the Renault team of Dorian Alpha and Bamboo actually doing quite a good job of getting some really good team results over the course of the season. And then we have Haas, Pazosaurus Rex, co-coms tonight, and Juan. And then we have Motor City, Lazo with Alfa Romeo, rounding out the top three for constructors. So, with just over 5 minutes to go and quali, anything you're seeing, Paz?
One thing I definitely expected was to see the two Renault set really good qualifying laps. And so they've already gone out and done that. See if they can hold on to that as Dorian actually takes pole from Bamboo there. And
yeah,
I'm on board with D-Switch.
That's almost 5, dude. That's 5/10 in front of Bamboo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dorian is on fire right now.
See if Bamboo has an answer for that.
Yeah. Another person to look out for is Kruner. Kruner is now on the soft tires, but he was on the medium tire. Currently in P10, so right on the bubble for having to start the race with the tires he's qualified on. Again, if you're inside the top 10, you do have to start the race with the tires you used in qualifying to set your fastest lap. Kruner moves up to P7, so he will, at the moment, definitely be starting on those used soft tires. A pretty respectable time, too, at 35.5. And everybody else is in the pits. Only Kano and Lazo are on their out laps, getting ready to start. So we'll be on board with Kano since he is first up. on his final attempt. Super close to the wall and starting his lap. That's crazy. It's like, how close do you dare to go? Yeah, how much risk do you want to take?
Invalidates it.
Yeah, invalidates already, and that was just a weird line that he took through kind of that first part of Sector 1. Really unorthodox, not a line that I would take, so unfortunate for him. He might even slow down and try to do another lap. Let's see if we can find another person just starting. I think that'd be the Renault of Dorian, maybe. He's going extremely slowly. And going extremely slowly into the pits. Exactly. I think we have... No, Robin Hood's in the pits as well. Krooner's in the pits. We have nobody on track. This is amazing.
I'm watching Nip Steven on the flying lap right now, coming into the... Oh, never mind. He goes
into the pits. Who else is going to be in the pits? Lazo is on the nat lap, so he is going to be starting... Oh, thank God we have somebody. Okay, good. On board with Lazo, starting his final attempt. Currently in last. Coming up to turn 1 of the DRS Open. Heavy braking at the 80 meters board. And this one's really tricky to navigate. You know, how much throttle do you want to use? Keep the rear end planted on the ground. You don't want to apply too much steering lock. You're just going to understeer straight in that open area there. And getting the power, not very abruptly, being very, very cautious through that section. So I wouldn't say he's really nailing the lap right now. See how late he brakes, right as the curve starts on the left. And kind of avoids both of these curves on the right and the left. Takes a very, very wide entry and then just going to cut in here to get a really good exit. Again, being quite cautious on the throttle. We'll see how he gets on this really long straight. It's really important to get a good exit out of that long left-hander that seems to go on forever. Because this straightaway is one of the longest on the F1 calendar. A distance I do not know, but it's very long. Then coming up to a very difficult braking zone, into a very difficult left-hander, take a very late apex. Nicely done. And get on the power as soon as you can. And up the gears into the next braking zone, which is a 90-degree right-hander. Third gear corner. Seems to go purple in that sector. Must be doing something right. That is very difficult, complex. The right, left, left, right, slamming the gears. And right here, sweeping left, sweeping right into the third to last corner, turn 20 or turn 21. I lost count already. This track is so long. Last left-hand corner. And P5. Very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed. Who are you looking at, Paz?
The majority of the grid right now is on their out lap, so I don't really see too many drivers that are really trying to go for a hot lap right now.
Fire Flow just started his, just entered turn 1.
I'm going to be watching to see this battle between the Renault, see if Van Boo can catch up to Dorian with that half a second gap almost.
Absolutely, yeah, that'll be a good one to see. And we'll see if anybody else can actually get snag P1 away. Maybe Shokadia can. Shokadia's been very, very fast and very, very consistent. Qualifying's not really been his forte. Typically race pace is, as Fire Flow goes very, very wide into the entry of that very long left-hander, which, if I can pull up my track map, that is turn number 8. If that means anything to you. I get lost driving this circuit, let's be honest.
Definitely easy to.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm in for a rough Thursday. Fire Flow getting into some traffic, and that's his teammate getting out of the way, and hopefully didn't impede him too much. Oh, and Fire Flow took quite a lot of that curb and invalidated his lap, so he's done. It's not going to improve, and that's a lonely P8. So, not a great place to be starting on those used soft tires, unfortunately. Are you on board with Bamboo or Dorian?
I was actually watching D-Swish start his lap, but now I'm
Gotcha. Nice.
watching the two Renaults. They both started their lap around the same time.
Yeah, Bamboo getting really, really close to the walls. He's just about to finish Sector 2, I think. In that turn 8, that really, really awkward left-hander that just seems to go on forever. And there's no camber to help you at all. It's just very, very flat and gets, again, super close to the wall with those right side tires. Dorian Alpha right behind him. Dorian Alpha getting a great tow from the Williams ahead. I think that's Shokadia or Kano. It's one of them, but Dorian is getting a huge advantage down the straight. So he may be able to keep P1 from Bamboo. Nip Steven
overtakes Bamboo.
Oh, just barely pips him too.
See if Bamboo will improve on this lap and take that back.
Dorian has traffic.
Didn't look like he got impeded too much there.
Yeah. Back on board with Bamboo, just rounding out the last few corners. Very nicely controlled.
Wow. Went pretty wide there.
Oh, so close to the wall on the exit. And Bamboo only second. Oh, just 2/10 behind Dorian. So Dorian is safe for P1. And Dorian doesn't even improve. So he was pretty safe, pretty comfy. And that is qualifying ended. Just like that.
Definitely see some of the fastest guys, some of the hardest hitters in this class sitting up towards the top 5.
Oh yeah, we got the two Renaults who are leading the Constructors' Championship, and we see why they are right now. They're top 2. Nip Steven always putting in great qualifying performances. Shokadia, again, putting in a solid qualifying in P4. Gotney Weeb, good to see him up there. Lazo, P6. Motor City, I think he DNF'd or crashed out or something, but hopefully that's a one-time thing. We don't see him do that during the race. And then the rest of them we'll get during the formation lap. But congrats to Dorian on another pole. That's very, very important here, I think, where I think passing is hard, and if you're going to pass, it's going to be down that, that long back straight. But rounding out the top 10 is Fire Up Flow in P8, D-Swish P9, and Crooner in P10. So, strategy. Paz, what would you do with
Honestly,
the strategy?
I really hadn't paid too much attention for it whenever I was practicing. I mostly did time trial stuff or stuff to really just get in some laps, get a custom circuit. But, there's definitely a couple options you could go for here, but I think a lot of it's going to come down to safety cars. I expect to see at least a couple of those in CSCs, and, at that point, who knows what the strategy could be. It could be the most random, strategy you could ever see, but then it ended up winning the race just because that's how the sequence of the safety cars go. I've seen that happen a couple times in this class over this season, so, definitely not ruling that one out.
Yeah, the safety cars. That's going to be a really a big deciding factor. I think how many safety cars we have. If we have one safety car that could sway the race one way or the other. If we have 3 or 4 safety cars, which is very, very possible. I mean, we've seen already this track is extremely difficult, very tight, it's hard to drive. Drivers hopefully have practiced for this race, otherwise they're going to have a really rough time tonight. But I think we're definitely going to get a lot of VSCs, and I think, yeah, we're going to see 3, 4, 5 pit stops tonight. So it's going to be a toss-up. Who can be clean? That's it.
Mm-hmm. Whoever just keeps the front wing out of the wall.
I predict we see, not being rude, but predict we see maybe 3 front wings by the end of lap 1. Hopefully not, but I just think that's my prediction. Anyway, if you are watching here on stream tonight, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and put in your predictions down below, and we will kind of see who you guys think will win the race tonight, who can stay out of trouble, who will be in P2 and P3 rounding out the podium. Predictions, Paz, who do you think is going to stay out of trouble, and more importantly, play the strategy right and come out on top? Who's your pick?
For P1, I see Bamboo ending up at the top 7 podium. Super solid pace. really able to pull it out whenever he needs to and get in some solid laps and keep his nose pretty clean. You know, always been really good about that throughout the entire season. I mean, that's what's kept him towards the top end of the table in the Drivers' Championship.
Absolutely, and that's your rival. That's your main rival. So very respectful of you to pick Bamboo for tonight's winner. My prediction, as Nip Steven almost runs in the back of Bamboo, my prediction would actually be Shokadia. I think he is the dark horse tonight. I think a lot of people will just kind of forget he's starting down in P4, but he'll play the strategy right. He's really good on saving ERS. I think he's going to come out on top tonight. Who do you think is going to round out the podium? Who's your P2 and P3 for tonight's race?
My P2 is actually going to be Shokadia. You know, like you said, he's super good at managing both his tires and his ERS, and I think with all the strategy chaos that's probably going to happen here, that he'll be able to really take advantage of that and end up getting on the podium, as long as he can keep it clean and keep his nose out of the wall. Because, you know, last week at Abu Dhabi, he ended up spinning those first few laps and ended up breaking the front wing and costing him a chance of getting a win.
Absolutely. Just look at the tire strategy. Codemasters is recommending a 2-stop. So I think we might see more than that. We probably will see more than that due to safety cars. But if you look at the tire strategy of drivers, every driver inside the top 10, including Monkey Mafia, who I've not seen race yet because I was absent last week, unfortunately, but I'm back tonight. But to see Monkey Mafia is good. We will see how he does tonight. He's on the soft tire. Turkey Wagger, Blue Machine, Robin Hood Lawyer, Kano, and Flavio are all starting on the medium tire tonight. So we will see who can benefit at the beginning from staying out of trouble, not being too overly aggressive, and just seeing who can stay calm and patient.
Do you have any picks to round out off your podium?
Oh, yes. P2, I'll pick Bamboo. P3, I'll pick Dorian. So we'll see how that goes. Here, the lights are about to go out here at Vietnam Round 13 for TCR's Silver Class. And as is tradition, the lights have went out. The cars are still standing still. And there's a AlphaTauri that jumps to start in the back. Hopefully, I don't know who that is. That's Robin Hood Lawyer. Hopefully he backs out of it. He's not backed out of it. He's almost going to cause a collision at the front already as the Renaults go down side by side into turn 1. It is Bamboo who comes out on top. Dorian lost that position and then now is going to lose another position. Almost 3 wide into this corner. This really long right-hander. Careful. Oh, and the Renaults around. Ghosting is on. Thank God. Oh, and the AlphaTauri is in the wall too. And that's Robin Hood Lawyer. Possibly karma from jump starting to start. I have no idea. But kind of a crazy start. Shokadia is alongside, that's the Red Bull of Nip Steven. Nip Steven out-drags him towards turn 4, turn 5, or turn 6, or whatever corner they're going through right now. Turn 8 now, already.
Dorian's got a missing end plate, so he's going to have to pit.
Oh, what a terrible start from Dorian again. Just has the worst luck.
Pretty good start from D-Swish and McLaren. He's up a few places up into P6.
Oh, there's an end plate going flying. Who is that? That's the Williams of Shokadia. Shokadia's right end plate has gone missing.
In the back between a Ferrari and a McLaren.
Uh-oh. The Ferrari. Oh, there's just utter chaos back here between the McLaren who's ghosted and the Racing Point of Flavio, and I don't know what's going on, but this is just a little crazy.
Contact between Crooner and D-Swish there, so his good start just got thrown out the window.
Yeah, it seems like drivers are going to have to be very, very careful, because if you have wing damage, and you're going to catch the driver very quickly in front, and then you yourself could have wing damage too. Plus the tire difference.
Positions.
Yeah, Steven is.
And under pressure from Motor City in P5. To see some drivers starting to pit.
Absolutely. Who's pitting? That's a Mercedes. Fire Up Flow is not pitting. Sorry, that's the other Mercedes. Gatni Weeb is pitting. Dorian Alpha is pitting, who had a terrible start. Gatni Weeb is pitting, and Crooner is pitting. Want to see what kind of tires they're pitting for. And I think they're all going to go for the medium tire, except for Robin Hood, who might be going for the soft tire. Yeah.
I believe he said the drive-through.
Okay. That makes sense.
Start. Oh, and Shokadia in P2 is missing an end plate.
Yeah, Shokadia de Williams, I think I mentioned just a few corners ago. For some reason, his right end plate just went completely missing. So I don't know if he ran a wall or something.
Now Lazo's up into P2 as he gets a position down the second DRS straight.
Yeah, Lazo making up a ton of positions. Oh, and the Williams of Shokadia breaking really, really late, almost in the back of the Alfa Romeo of Lazo.
It's really close to contact. Good.
That really, really was. And now Motor City is on the back of this pair of, three cars, train of three cars here, licking his lips and getting ready to overtake any one of them if they make a mistake. And actually, Fire Flow is behind Motor City, so Fire Flow is just kind of waiting to make a move. The Red Bull sends it down the inside of Shokadia. Makes it stick too. Well done for the Red Bull driver. What a move.
Shokadia's just limping out there.
Yeah, he is.
Can't do anything to defend against the cars behind.
D-swish in the pits. So I wonder what happened to D-swish.
I know he had that contact and that spin lap 1.
Oh, that's right.
Although, I think he pitted last time through. I don't know what he's doing wrong. Maybe he had some other incident I didn't catch.
It's quite a good little battle between Nip Steven, Shokadia, Motor City, and Fire Flow. Also, another good little battle kind of behind them with Turkey Whacker, Monkey Mafia, and Blue Machine just a little ways up the road.
Motor City gets really close to Shokadia there. And he goes up the inside. Oh, and he touches Steven.
Steven's losing positions.
Wow. Sure, Steven's not too happy about that one.
I don't think so either. Is his wing still okay, or did he lose an end plate?
I'm checking right now. It still looks pretty good. Just got bumped off the track.
So Shokadia made a pass on Steven with a broken wing. That's impressive.
He's about to get overtaken.
Oh, Steven, that's tight. That's really tight.
Jumped that curb a little bit.
He did.
Stays behind for now.
Oh, Shokadia is driving for his life right now. I mean, he must have such reduced grip with that lost end plate. And, you know, with how aggressive Steven is as a driver and as an overtaker, I mean, he sees a gap that's, you know, barely wide enough. I mean, he'll go for it.
Ferrari down in Sector 2.
Oh, is that Kruner?
It's like Kruner spun.
Yeah, Kruner has spun. And his wing looks okay. He might have just spun, but he is down quite a ways behind. No, he pit, I think. He's on the hard tire. Yeah, but I think he pit. Nip Steven sending it down the inside. That's bold. Shokadia does not want to give it up, but he has to concede. He's going for the very inside line. Oh, and it's coming back. Oh, this is hairy. Shoko had to give that up. He's now under attack from Fire Flow.
Oh, Monkey Mafia.
Oh, safety car.
Safety car.
That's why, yeah. Fire Flow had to back out of it.
Oh, he crashed coming into the little loop from turn 6 to turn 9. I believe on the exit of turn 9.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it at the exit of turn 8, right?
The turn 8, turn 9 little thing right there.
About to come to it. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow, that does not look good. Anyway, so strategy. So what's going to happen now with the front runners? I mean, the guys on the soft tires, do they want to pit now? It's already lap 4. I think by the time the safety car comes in, it'll be lap 7. And that might be the time to come in, especially if the game was predicting a 2-stop. This really may be the saving grace for those soft tire runners who started inside the top 10. What do you think?
Bamboo stays out there, although Lazo comes in. So
Lazo comes in.
Bamboo's taking a gamble and seeing how long he can preserve those soft tires.
Motor City stayed out as well. Fire Flow's in, Shokadia's in, Nip Stevens in. So, yeah, Bamboo.
This may be useful for Shokadia with that wing, so he can go ahead and get a new one and then get back on the pace.
Yes, that's very, very true. Blue Machine does not pit. That's expected. He's only on 4-lap-old medium tires. Same with Flavio, so he's gained a lot of positions as well. Let's pull that up. Whoops. I don't know what I'm doing. Position change. There it is. Wow, so Blue Machine has made up 10 positions since the start of this Grand Prix. Flavio has made up 12 positions, so good for him. And Flavio is actually a reserve driver and started at the back of the grid, I believe. Yes, so well done to him for putting in a good performance so far tonight.
Be interesting to see how they filter through the grid once they end up having to make their pit stops later.
Yes, especially since our previous leaders are down in the grid, like Nip Steven down in 7th, Shokadia down in 9th, Dorian who had kind of a nightmare race, who's actually back in the race now. I mean, that he's not completely lost the race. You know, he's down in P12, but he's with the other, you know, quote, leaders. So he hasn't lost everything. And then suddenly you find Blue Machine up in P3, kind of like he was in Australia just a few weeks ago, and pulled out a miraculous win. So this is turning out to already be kind of an interesting race.
A whole mix of different drivers all throughout the grid. This sure will be exciting to see how some of these different drivers fare in different positions they're not used to being in.
Yes, yes, yes. And looking at the comments, keep the comments coming. We see M9H. How's it going, man? Turkey Whacker for the win. Yes, Turkey Whacker is in P10 at the moment, and is running a quite aggressive strategy with the soft tires, fresh soft tires compared to those around him who all have the medium tires on. So Turkey Whacker is playing the aggressive game tonight. And good luck, Robin, from Guillermo. And Monkey was saying some stuff too. So, yeah, well, one prediction's right, Paz, so far. We have one safety car.
Sure, there'll be many more to come. Hopefully not too many.
Hopefully not.
But this has definitely spiced the race up a fair amount.
Well, it's actually brought everybody closer as well, so it's going to provide some good close battling. Hopefully clean battling. So looking at the tire strat with who has what tire on at the moment and the tire life, who's in prime position?
Well, definitely, just like Australia, definitely played a little bit into the hands of Blue Machine there. You know, not only is he able to extend those tires a little bit longer than he normally would have, but he's also gotten a significant boost in track position. So once the safety car goes away, hopefully he can get a little bit of a gap, and to where once he pits, they'll end up in a decent track position and maybe even have a chance at another podium.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to see him up there again. Definitely miss him up there. Somebody that I think is in a really, really good position, though, is, I think, Lazo. And then probably Nip Steven and Shokadia are next. But they're going to have to get through some traffic. But, like, they're fresh medium tires. I think it's going to be them just trying to conserve tires and seeing if they can just take them as long as they can. And if a safety car comes out in the next 5 to 10 laps, I would keep those medium tires on and just move up and get some track position, run those tires a little bit longer, and then pit if there's a safety car. Or if there's not a safety car, then you have to kind of risk maybe just pushing them just a bit longer. But definitely strategy is going to play a part. The only driver on the hard tire, which I would not really use first if I was driving around this track, is Crooner down in 15th, which is last at the moment since Monkey Mafia has DNF'd. So we'll see how those hard tires behave. I'm going to take some intel and use it for Thursday. I'm not sure if I want to be running those hard tires on Thursday. First step is survival, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Hard tires definitely hard to get a grip of on some of these tracks.
But, you know, like the hard tires, I think in Australia, once they wore in, they actually were a really good race tire. It just took them a few laps to get up to temperature, to get up to pressure, and stuff like that too. So M9H is saying rain in the chat. Please no, that would really not be good. I don't think the drivers would like you for having rain in the race. So
just saying, if it does rain, I'm glad I'm not out there.
Absolutely. Nice to be dry sometimes in the comms box.
Now, do you think Bamboo is going to try to make a one-stop and go into the hards?
I wasn't at first, but now that you bring it up, yes. I think that's a really good point. If I was him in that position, along with Motor City, I would be definitely looking at a one-stop, looking at track position.
I know he's going to be hoping for another safety car in a couple laps' time.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'm interested to see how the soft tires he's on right now are faring up, so then once safety car comes in, we get the restart if he's able to pull a little bit of a gap for the cars behind.
Yes, I think the soft tire runners of Bamboo and Motor City are going to pull a gap, but I think after maybe 4 or 5 laps, maybe even less, Blin Machine and Flavio, even Lazo, Nip Steven, if he can make his way through, will start to pressurize the top 2. And I think the safety car is coming in. Well, yeah, coming in this lap, but we still have Sector 3 to go through, so still a ways to go.
As Bamboo begins to back the field up just a little bit.
Yeah. B is saying, don't mind me just eyeing the strats for Thursday. It's okay, man. That's what I do every week. And then M9H is saying the hards are actually usable in 20, unlike 19. I agree. The hard tire in 2019 was terrible. It was awful. But the hard tire in 2020 is... It's good. It's a good race tire. And
there goes Bamboo.
Definitely consistent. Yes, there he goes. And we're back green racing. So right now Bamboo is going to try really hard to just extend that gap as much as he can. And
there's a Williams around the back.
Something happens. What happened?
Who is that?
Shoko Dia.
There's a Williams that stepped out.
Yeah, Shoko, and he just got passed by Turkey Whacker. Turkey Whacker into P9. Shoko coming back at him, but I don't know what happened. I think he cold tires and lost the rear or something.
Yeah, he had a little moment coming out of the last corner. I think he ended up catching it before he hit the wall, though. Couldn't quite see.
Nip Steven trying to make an overtake down into turn... I'm going to name it turn something. I have no idea. Turn 7.
That's turn 6.
Turn 6. There you go. Sorry.
You're pretty close.
Close enough. Nice little train here. Oh gosh, this looks so cool. It's going to be so hard to not get damage, and lots of dirt and leaves flying down the back straight. Interesting effect by Codemasters. It's also interesting to note who's used their ERS and who hasn't, and who's being smart about it. Who's being strategic and Shokadia, thinking about the inside of Turkey Whacker. What's up?
Steven just went way on the inside of...
and it just clips the rear end of Kano, and Kano's not going to be happy. Kano has major wing damage and all the way down in last place. Well, almost last. Crooner's behind him. But, wow, that was not a smart move. I'll just say it right now. That was not smart by Nip Steven. That was a bit hasty, like Max Verstappen was on, who was it? Perez, I think, right?
I believe so.
But yeah, that was not smart. I think he's paid the price for it with some wing damage. Yep, there it is. Left side wing plate gone. So, I'm sure he'll be thinking about it.
Strategical advantage he had.
Yep, there you go. It's not always a 5-lap sprint race.
Now he's under pressure from fire up.
Yeah, this is a nice little battle here between Guiney Weeb, Shokadia, D-Swish, the Renault of Dorian Alpha, who's not out of this race yet. Remember, he's coming back. He's still in this race, especially if one of his championship rivals, Shokadia, is just 2 spots in front of him. Also a good friend of his, too. Oh, the McLaren! D-Swish. Man, we're only at lap 9 out of 28, so much more to come. This is going to be crazy.
He lost an endpoint there.
He did. A little further up the field, fire upflow, Nip Steven again just sending it down the inside. I think.
And Motor City just got around Blin Machine.
Oh, I missed that.
And Lazo's up into P2 also.
Lazo having an absolutely fantastic race, especially with the tire strategy. So like I said, those medium tires really coming into play, and the McLaren of Blin Machine is, again, pressurizing Motor City. So Motor City, I think those 8-lap-old soft tires have reached their peak and probably needs to pit soon. I'm surprised he stayed out this lap, to be honest. Just going to get eaten alive.
Looks like there's some swapping positions going down towards the back as Robin Hood pits.
I wonder what tire Robin Hood's going to go on, and I'm sure this is for a wing repair.
We have two really fast drivers fighting towards the back in P11 and P10 right now of Shokudia and Dorian Alpha. They're really close to each other, although not exactly high up the grid.
About to go and follow that. McLaren of Blue Machine sends it down the inside of Motor City. Motor City is trying to get it back, and actually does, but that's going to give Blinn DRS, I believe. That's some good racing there by the pair of
DRS
them.
detection zone is fairways down the straight.
Kind of reminds me of Baku, you know, that French straight, the really, really long one. It's not completely straight, but it's super long. Oh, there was contact, I think, with the McLaren of Fire Up and Nip Steven. It was strange.
Oh wow, Shokudia is going up the inside of Dorian Alpha. Oh, it doesn't make it stick though.
Was it a bit optimistic?
It was, although he was alongside for a second, but he ended up backing out, thinking better of it.
Oh, gotcha.
As Motor City gets back around Blinn. No, he pits.
Oh. Motor City pits. Probably, gosh, I don't know. If I was in this place, I'd put on the hard tire and go to the end. So we'll have to follow that. Nip Steven is right on the back of Flavio. Flavio doing a great job as a reserve driver to come in today and put himself where he is. Nip Steven
Steven loses a wing.
Yeah, just a massive amount of understeer there. Now he's got both end plates missing. So the amount of like throttle work he's going to have to do and brake work he's going to have to do to rotate the car through these tight corners. And Vietnam is not nice, especially with those high curbs. It kind of throws the car around a bit. But he's going to have to do a lot of work with pedals to just keep the car going in the right direction. I mean, that car is going to push out so much. I would be pitting if I was him.
Definitely with luck for missing. And
yeah, but
you know, even if you can keep up, those tires are just going to green so bad without that extra downforce.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he gets around Flavio, even with the wing damage.
Well, that's bold. But if you remember at the beginning of the show, I was like, you know, Nip Steven's going to be one to watch out for. He's going to have a lot of action, but he's going to make some mistakes here and there, lose a few wings. And already on lap 11, he's lost a few end plates and has already compromised his race a little bit. So has the speed, but he's definitely overdriving that car, you know, possibly in a bit of anger, a bit of frustration at the very least. So possibly a little hot-headed driver in the cockpit tonight, but I'm sure a lot of drivers tonight will have some few hot heads by the end of the race. Yes, Bamboo pits. What is Bamboo going to go on tonight? Going from the medium tire to the... Oh, he went to the medium tire. Awesome. So he should be good to the end of the race. Do what now?
The medium tire for... How many laps does that be? 26?
No, 12, 16.
Oh, my bad. I just completely forgot the 1 and the 12 existed there.
There you go, yeah.
That'd be a bold move, but if you can do it, that'd be incredible.
Dorian is on soft tires, so he's going for a very aggressive strategy. He's going to have to pit again. There's no way in the world he can go 16 laps on a set of soft tires. Comes out right behind Kano, so that's not going to help him. And pretty far behind Motor City, who's also on fresh soft. So Dorian Alpha is still about a pit stop behind his main competition.
Now you know who this puts in a good position? Lazo. Now he has a lot of clean air, some relatively fresh tires, and just clear his head and getting some good laps. While Bamboo is back there, and he's going to have to fight through traffic and dirty air and lose a lot of time.
Yeah, and Lazo, I'm just kind of watching his driving right now. He's being very calm You can see he's got his head collected. He's not making mistakes. He's not taking any risks. So I think he knows he's in a good position. He can just keep this up. Then he might be in for a win. Blend Machine too. Blend Machine's doing a really good job in P2. Keeping his head. Just laser focused.
I'm surprised Nip Stevens been able to hold on to P3 without either of his end plates.
Absolutely. Let's go on board with... This is a huge train. Let's go on board with Turkey Whacker. Turkey Whacker is deploying all of his overtake. He's at literally 0% right now. Still doesn't make that much time on Flavio, so Flavio must be running low wings, because Turkey Whacker pulls right up to the pair of them in this little tight section, so Turkey Whacker may be running some higher wings.
Ono gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, probably for track extensions.
Track extensions or corner cutting for sure. And again, reminder, we are running some strict track limits tonight, so a change from the regular corner cutting that we run. Turkey Whacker sends it down the inside. That is really late on the brakes. Oh, that's wing damage. Oh, you should have braked and stopped. Reverse. He kept going and hit the wall, and that's wing damage. So that's...
Circuit gets the bad exit out of turn 12, and Bamboo gets around him for P9. So he's making up some time fighting through the pack.
He's doing a good job, Bamboo is. Remember, Shokadia does have wing damage. I feel like more than half the field has wing damage. Crooner coming up on his teammate in the Ferrari. Turkey Whacker just has no downforce at all. Oh, it's raining!
Is it actually?
No,
wow.
You gotta be kidding me. It's raining! Oh, this is completely spiced up. Who thought?
Who is it that called on the comments? Is that MNH?
Let me look. It was, who said rain?
Gets
M9H. M9H, you cursed it. Oh, gosh, it's raining.
If there's any silver drivers coming back and watching this later, blame this on M9H.
Absolutely. This is crazy. And the Mercedes have gotten him even Firefly having a nice little tussle as we're over here losing our heads about how, rain is going to affect this race.
Blend and Turkey Whacker pit for inters.
Already? Oh, that's too early, guys. That's too early. No. Blinn, you commentated on the race in Austria for Platinum. You knew this was too early. But we could run the soft tires for, 8 to 10 laps after it started raining. Oh, Blinn, too early. Turkey Whacker, it's too early, guys. Let's go on board with them. I want to see how they're going to fare. Oh, they're so slow.
Dorian's catching up to Blinn very fast.
Oh, Dorian hits Blinn. Oh, Blinn hits the wall. Oh, Blinn is probably kicking himself right now saying, why did I pit for inners? I should have stayed out on the softs.
See if Laza makes the same mistake. No, he doesn't. He goes past.
If I was in the top 5, if I was anybody in the top 5 or top 6, I would, even the top 10, I'd be looking at Blue Machine and Turkey and just learning from that. Oh, poor guys.
You can now visibly see the raindrops on the screen, so it's definitely getting heavier really quick.
It is. But I mean, you always want to be driving until the slick tires just start sliding too much and you have to really, really pedal the throttle.
Tires, safety car, or VSC.
Blinn. Oh, there he is. We're on board with Robin Hood, and Blinn is out. Well, he's understeered into the wall.
Him.
Yeah. Yeah, now the drivers...
He's in such a good position.
Oh, man, the drivers, they just passed the pit lane, and now drivers like Robin Hood and potentially somebody else may pit for inners, and by the time the safety car comes in, or the VSC comes in...
I don't think anybody else is going to be able to pit before it comes back in.
Oh, that's true. Oh, it's also a VSC. It's not even a real safety car. I was going to say, if it was a real safety car, it'd be a good idea to pit.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if, I believe that's D-Swish. He just might have the opportunity to get in before it ends.
Uh-oh. Robin Hood Lawyer did not learn. And Robin Hood Lawyer's on the intermediates. Rip.
D-Swish passes the pit lane too. He's not going in under the VSC. And we're back green.
Lazo has a massive lead. I just realized that. 13.5 seconds.
Wow,
Good
13
God.
seconds.
Jesus.
Last time I checked, it was only like 7 seconds, but
Yeah.
you know, that clean air really getting in some good laps. And this has allowed Nip Steven to get up to P2.
Yeah, see, the positions are just changing all over the place. You know, this is just a crazy race. You know, we're not going to know who's going to be in the top 5 until the last lap, probably. Wow, look at Motor City.
Race that goes all the way down to the line.
Motor City is right on the back of Crooner and sticks it down the inside. That's a bold move by Motor.
Loose.
Too wide around the last corner, turn 23, I believe. The last corner.
He's going to get him right here.
Motor, one of the latest breaker in TCR, does not want to give that up at all. Is it still raining or did it stop? Yeah, it's still raining. It's just a light drizzle. Like, it's not getting any heavier. It's not getting more intense, and that's kind of a, well, Cody's
puts the drivers
thing
in a
to
really
do.
weird spot.
It really does. It's like it's not wet enough to go to slick or to inners. It's not dry enough to really push the dry, so you have to be careful. You know, so you have to really find the edge, find the limit.
Nip Stevens under some pressure from Flavio and got in the lead.
Yes, and the racing point of Flavio was thinking about an overtake. Oh, look at the drivers just struggling to put down the power with those slick tires. So it's definitely wet out there. The drivers cannot literally like plant the throttle out of corners anymore. Oh, and we have Fireflow Motor City. Oh, Motor City loses an end plate just on his own, just drives left into the wall. So not very smart by him, and lose another end plate, or is that the same one? I don't know. But that's interesting. Drivers trying to navigate their way through Sector 3 through this very, very tight little section here. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Very similar to Baku. Can't talk today. Yes, Motor Pits.
The city's going to go for the inners.
Interesting. So he definitely feels like it's time to switch.
Well,
like the crossover point is ready.
Wing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Probably couldn't wait any longer. Oh, there's contact between the Mercedes and oh wow. We barely. He did an amazing save like Verstappen did in Brazil of 2016, I think it was, to save that car from the wall. So he avoids wing damage, luckily. That was very, very close.
Motor City is on the inters now.
Oh, interesting. It's getting more wet.
Yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like an AlphaTauri, Robin Hood.
Yeah, but as I was saying,
is being lapped.
Gotcha. As I was saying earlier, with the slick tires, if you cannot put down the power out of like slow speed traction zones, then it's time to pit. If you can still semi-drive on the dries, then you're pretty comparable to the inners. So at this point right now, I would still be on the dry tires. I think it's too soon to be on the inners. I think it's just a slower tire. You can see how well the dry tire is gripping with Flavio on the racing point, with Shokadia on the medium tire as well. Like, it's more dry than it is wet at this point, I think.
It takes a lot of water to keep those slicks get all the way down to where it'd be slower than the inters.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it keeps raining harder and harder, at least from what I can see on my screen.
It's a very slow increase, that's what I've noticed. Nip Steven just seems to be able to, can't get past Bamboo. You know, rain is the great equalizer. Runs quite wide, almost onto the extra concrete there, or asphalt.
Well, if it begins raining hard enough, this may actually save Lazo's race, as Bamboo might have been able to go to the end on those, but end up having to pit for the inters whenever Lazo does. That might be able to keep him ahead.
Oh no, and we have another comment in our chat, and it is one that we don't necessarily like to hear or to see. It's Blin Machine saying, "Dang it, another sucky race." Yes, Blin, just unfortunate and just really bad luck. So, but come join us, and we have 10 laps to go in our Vietnam Grand Prix, our inaugural Vietnam Grand Prix for TCR here in Season 10. Again, I'm joined here tonight by somebody who should be in the car tonight on the track. It's Pazosaurus Rex, our championship leader. Paz, you want to just tell us kind of why you're here in the booth and not racing tonight?
Well, this weekend I had a major shoulder injury. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with it yet. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow to figure it out, but it's at least going to put me out for a few races and take me out of title contention. Hopefully this is a little optimistic that I might make it back for the last race of the season, but you never know. But yeah, just with that and limited range of motion and strength, I just can't handle all the forces that my Fanatic wheel puts out, and you know, it's being impossible to compete with some of these guys who are really fast.
Yeah, it's definitely a shame to hear, but wish you all the best in your recovery, and it was great seeing you in the first half of the season, having a really good battle with Bamboo, your main championship rival. I'm sure he wishes you well also, and he is currently in P2 at the moment, on board with Gotney Weeb, who is looking at Nip Steven, and it's getting pretty close, I think, to inners. I think, again, he said lap by lap, it just gets wetter and wetter, just little by little. And it was somebody, I think it was Flavio, who jumped into the pits last lap and is now trying out those intermediate tires. So we'll see how he's getting on. But expect some of those top guys to pit here in the next few laps.
As of right now, the grid is really spread out as a lot of drivers are taking different strategical routes.
Yeah, it's really spread out. Actually, it's over the last, I don't know, 3-4 laps, it's definitely spread out to be, now it's more just gap battling. There's a few battles that we have. Got any Weeb, again, with Nip Steven. So probably just, both of them pit at the same time, actually. So now it's the battle of the pit crews to see who can get out first. Assuming they both go on the intermediate tire. And I wonder if...
Will Steven get his wing changed?
Yes. So actually, Gotney Weeb might just jump Steven based on the fact that the Red Bull has to get his wing repaired. Intermediates go on to the Mercedes.
Yeah, he's getting the wing.
It's a quick pit stop.
The Mercedes is out.
Yeah. Oh gosh, such a slow pit stop. Jeez, that's a heap of time lost.
And Steven's on the softs.
Oh, is that a mistake or is that intentional?
I doubt that was intentional.
That's interesting. So we're going to watch the gap between Gotney Weeb and Nip Steven to see how that increases or decreases every lap until the end of the race. Oh, Nip Steven is off. Oh, that's not the right tire to be on. That is very oversteery and does not have a lot of control. That's not good. But people, guys, Gotney Weeb actually might be in a prime position here because everybody at the front might be struggling as well. They're slow. You look at Lazo, he's on 14-lap medium tires. Crooner on 17-lap hard tires. If they're thinking about going another 8 laps, that's impressive.
I'm currently keeping an eye on the deltas of the people who are running the intermediate, see if at this point they're faster. Yeah,
Gotney Weeb looks fast. And he is not that far behind Shokadia. Fire up flow. Fire up flow's in the wall! Oh no. And that's on that right-hander after the tight hairpin, and that's not a good rejoin.
Ghosting's off.
Yeah.
Ghosting's on.
On. Yeah, Shokadia went right there, and Shokadia is not going to be happy. He's going to report that, I'm sure. The guys, the soft tires, the medium tires, the hard tires are done. You have to pit.
Oh, they're battling hard. Look at this.
Lazo's in the pits. Lazo's on... No, he's on soft tires. No, what are you doing?
Maybe some of these drivers are forgetting to
Shoko's pitting. Fire Up is pitting. Yeah, maybe they're forgetting, but I don't see how you can forget. You have to select the tire. Maybe it's a glitch.
Oh, I know sometimes the game will do it for you, where it'll tell you that there's an alternate strategy available once the game gets to the point where it thinks that the intermediates are the right choice. Although it looks as if some of these drivers are pitting before that, and the game is putting them on the softs.
Nip Stevens on intermediates, Fire Flows on softs, Shoka Diaz on softs.
Oh wow, even
Crooner
more.
is off the track on the hard tires. Guiney Weeb on the
second penalty for his troubles.
Yeah, this is insane. Guiney Weeb is closing up on Crooner fast, and there's no way in 7 laps Crooner can keep Guiney Weeb behind. Flavio's 16 seconds behind Guiney Weeb, so Flavio is probably out of contention of a podium. But who knows at this point? I mean, this is crazy. Shokadia, Nip Steven, Shokadia and Fireflow. Right now, I think it's a stretch for them to even get points today because they put on the wrong tire.
Fireworks are really kicking off towards the end of this race. Only 7 laps to go.
Yes, sir.
It'll be interesting to see what Bamboo does. Because Lazo is only 3.9 seconds behind him.
Yeah.
And
so
catching
that gap,
up, too.
That gap is coming down. It used to be like over 4 seconds, and now it's below 4. It's almost 3.5. Well, it's actually below 3.5 now. It's 3.4. So also to keep an eye on Dorian Alpha.
I wonder if he'll be able to take him back for track position.
Maybe. 2.7, 2.5. I mean,
wow.
That's just eating the time. I mean, Lazo's absolutely on fire. These conditions, he's loving these conditions.
2.0.
Less than 2.
We're under 2. Oh my gosh.
It's like he's got another turbocharger hooked up to that car. And Dorian's lowering the gap as well. It's down to 12, and the Renault of Bamboo's just sliding all over the place. It's insane.
Looks like the Ferrari just came out with a new engine update package or something, which they might be able to use in real life. Oh wow, they're within a second now.
He's going to get him even before the kink.
It's closing in so fast. Before that corner, the gap was a second. Now it's only 0.2.
They just got to watch the braking here. Don't overshoot it. Be careful.
Down the inside.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes it stick.
There's so much more grip on those soft tires, and they got to be careful now. It's getting so wet, and Guiney Weeb down in P5, he's catching these guys a lot, and Guiney Weeb right now, I think he's on for a podium. Nip Steven just passed Fire Upflow. Nip Steven's on the intermediates compared to Fire Upflow on the softs.
Sector 2. That looks like a racing point.
I think it's a Renault, actually.
Oh, yes, it is. It's Dorian.
They're so slow around the hairpin. In the pits, Motor City and Kano on the intermediates now, down in P11 and P12. Oh, the Mercedes of Guiney Weeb just
Dorian Alpha gets a 3-second time penalty after going off the track.
Oops. He didn't want that, that's for sure.
That definitely puts Guiney Weeb in a great place because he's only 1.5 behind, 1.3 behind. Once again, closing up the gap.
But he still has 20 seconds to make up on Bamboo and Lazo, which is a huge task.
And Dorian is in the pits.
Yeah, so and DRS is actually disabled too.
That puts Guiney Weeb in a great place. As
Crooner in the pits.
It's a 5-second penalty.
Oh gosh, the penalties, guys, are coming everywhere. It's the penalties that are going to get you. That's what makes or breaks a race.
As Bamboo comes into the pits and gets his set of intermediates.
Intermediates, yeah. Lazo, what's he going to do? That's 5 laps. There's no way, Lazo, you have to come in. And Lazo, this might have been the lap that he's going to get overtaken by Bamboo, possibly even Guiney Weeb, because the undercut, it's just you lose so much time on this lap.
5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, Fire at Flow too. This is crazy. Like half the grid has drive-through, or not drive-through, but speeding penalties.
Bamboo is eating through that gap so quick.
Yeah, right now Bamboo is effective
Lazo's
P1.
going to have to pit.
There's no way. Lazo's blown it. He should have pit last lap. Look at him. We're on board with him right now. He can't put down the power.
He's just holding on for dear life out there. He's going to have to come into the pits this lap. Even then, he's going to lose a couple positions. The Bamboo right now, probably got any Weeb.
Right now, Lazo's coming out in P3, I think.
Yeah,
he's got to be careful.
Quite a gap to Dorian Alpha behind Guiney Weeb, so it looks like he'll slot in right there. Still a podium, but man, threw away a race.
Why is Turkey Whacker still on softs too? Oh, he's going for another lap. Oh my gosh. I don't know
Crooner
what
and Flavio battling coming into the turn 11, turn 12 hairpin.
Lazo finally pits. And he's going to lose... Yeah, he's still going to be on the podium, I think, but he's going to lose P1, P2. It is officially interweather, people. This is crazy. The yellow sector 2...
disqualified.
Oh, that's...
being fucking a dangerous location.
Wait, what? Fire flow?
Mm-hmm. At least that's what my graphic said, and so...
That's...
It's pulling a Cody's.
Yeah, it has to be.
Although it says towards the bottom that fire flow is disqualified.
Yeah, it does.
And there's a yellow flag somewhere in sector 2. That is... I believe that is where fire... I can't tell though.
Well, it's been kind of a crazy race. Now it's settled down just a bit after everybody is pitted for intermediate tires, except for Turkey Whacker, who is braving out the conditions on the soft tire. But if you're watching, thanks for sticking it through. Watching the round 13 Vietnam race of TCR's Silver Class. Coming again tomorrow at the same time, and on Thursday. Tomorrow we have Golden Class, who only races with the racing line as an assist, and then the Platinum Class on Thursday, same time, with no assist, no racing line, and that is the top drivers in TCR. So come by tomorrow and Thursday for that. And next week we are off because it is Thanksgiving. We'll resume the week after, somewhere. I have no idea the race, but we'll be announcing that
I can
tomorrow
check that for you real
and
quick.
Thursday. Ah, thank you. Yes, that'd be excellent. Yeah, we'll be somewhere. I just don't know where.
The next race is Canada.
Ooh, okay. So we're going to North America to visit Canada, the Montreal circuit, and then after that, I believe it is either Mexico
United
or
States.
Cota.
Mexico is
Yes.
the season finale.
Awesome. Excellent.
That'll definitely be an interesting series of races. One that I myself was really looking forward to before having my season cut short.
Yeah, man, I'm bummed for you. It really sucks. Especially missing your home race. You know, the North American stint at the end. That's a special one. You know, Canada, USA, Mexico. Mexico is a great race, and I love TCR having that as a grand finale every season. I think it's a good.
Remember
good
Platinum Class Season 9 last year where it
tradition.
came down to the wire between Breezy and Seafreeze there.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it also came down to the wire between Blend Machine and TCR F1 Racer as well for Silver Class. I actually commentated on that race with Seafreeze. Those last two races last season in Silver Class. So got my commentating debut, Seafreeze. Good mentor to have.
Talking about Blend Machine though, just makes it, you know, feel really bad for him because he's had a really bad season this year. Just bad luck all over the
Safety
place.
car
Really not able...
with 3 laps to go.
Wow,
What
where?
the heck?
Kyle.
Yeah.
He crashed in the... Hang on, let me see where that is. That looks like turn 16.
Oh yeah, he's. Oh yeah, that's that spot they were talking about in qualifying. Like if you get it wrong, they can go majorly wrong, and that has gone very wrong for Kano indeed. He was running inside the top 10 as well, so that moves, I believe, D-Swish up to P10. But this is kind of weird. Safety car with 3 laps to go, so it's going to be like a
very interesting.
Yeah, like a 1-lap sprint. Everybody has pretty fresh tires, so that's fine. It's going to bring Dorian back into the game. Remember, Dorian Alpha was completely... He had a terrible start and was back in the back of the field, and now has climbed all the way up to 4th place. So, what a drive back from him. Shokadia has not really benefited from this wet weather at all. He's down in P8. And then... Who else? Bamboo is just, again, putting on a masterclass of a race, and... yeah, going to bring home a good points haul for him and his team.
Do you know who this actually brings back into serious podium contention is Nip Steven, as he'll be right behind Dorian and Lazo for the last 2 laps, and both of them have time penalties.
Yeah, so Nip Stevens going to be very aggressive, and
As he always is.
as he always is, and I think his driving style will definitely come into play on the last lap sprint. Guiney Weeb has put himself in a fantastic position, actually. Somebody we may have overlooked, but he's P2, so definitely a dark horse. We did not expect to see him on the podium today. So
He's gotten close a couple times this year, but it's really nice to see him finally get up there. I believe he hasn't been up there. Let me check that.
I don't think he's gotten the podium, but I could be wrong. So I think we're gonna have
No,
two
he has
laps
not.
till the end of the race, a 2-lap sprint. Hey, we'll take this time to actually thank our affiliate sponsor, which is Fanatec. A lot of us have Fanatec gear, myself included. I think Paz, you do as well.
Yes, I
but
do.
a lot of our drivers, 70% of our drivers here in TCR have Fanatec equipment. So if you're looking to get your next wheelbase or get your next wheel and pedals and kind of get your sim racing career started, then head on over to Fanatec, and we have a link in the description below with their affiliation link. So please help and support. If you are interested in driving and finding a league to race in, join TCR. It is wonderful. It's a great time. I love it. I've been here for quite a few years. Started, I think, in season 3 or season 4, and still racing and helping out with the comms side of things and helping run Silver Class here in season 10. So, one of my favorite leagues I've been in. It's really friendly people, great community. I'm not sure what's happening with the safety car.
Guiney Weeb overtakes Bamboo under the safety car.
Yeah, I was on board. I just saw that, so I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I don't know.
The safety car's in this lap.
What happened? That was so weird. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe it was one of the Codemasters glitches.
It must have been, so that's going to be reported, I'm sure. Are we back to green? We are.
We are.
Yes, 2 laps to go. Doesn't look very fast.
Oh, and Guiney Weeb is off the track.
Still maintains P1. It's very, very slippery out there. God, all the cars are just going sideways. It's crazy. It must be really, really wet. It must be like almost time for wet conditions or wet tires, possibly.
It's definitely gotten worse.
It has.
Nip Stevens glued to the back of Dorian Alpha.
Let's see how close he gets in the braking
Weaving
zone.
back and forth across the track, trying to line up a move.
Oh, there's somebody off. Who is that? That's
Guiney Weeb.
Yeah, wow.
And
that's
Bamboo gets a 10-second time penalty.
for what?
Corner cutting.
What? That's got to be
That's what
removed
it
or
says.
something, because you got to get warning. Oh, the Renault of Dorian. Oh gosh, almost died. Saved it.
happened?
Oh, he got major wheel spin off the exit of turn 8 or turn 9 and almost became one with the wall. Oh, Bamboo goes very, very astronomically wide and gives Guiney. There's contact. Oh, now Lazo takes advantage of that. Nice. Oh, great racing, guys.
Although it is, you do need to keep in mind that both of the top two have penalties, although I'm sure Bamboo's going to do something about that 10-second one again just assessed him.
I'm sure he'll submit it. I'm sure that's just a glitch by Cody's, and depending on if he has any previous warnings, then he'll probably get that removed. But expect to see him move down the order here at the results in about a lapse time.
Yeah, Cody's has been really good on this game of giving random penalties. I remember at the British Grand Prix, like third turn, there was a VSC and I stopped like to bring my delta back down. No contact whatsoever, and I got a 10-second time penalty for severe contact with the Bamboo, even though I never touched it. So, expect to see that one that the gamers gave Bamboo to get removed.
Absolutely. Nip Steven right on the back of Guiney Weeb here. Guiney Weeb is driving for a podium here tonight. Nip Steven wants that podium,
really
and the Mercedes driver goes really, really wide, and Nip Steven just, I don't even know, there's no room at all, and now Dorian Alpha is really smelling a podium here. The two drivers are side by side, so close.
Almost three wide.
3 wide. Oh,
there it goes.
Gosh, this is so close. Oh
They
my
somehow
gosh.
don't touch.
Wow, this is
It's amazing
so
as
close.
Steven goes around the inside.
It's a brilliant move by Steven. All the wheel spins in
Lazo's
the
on the
world.
back of Bamboo. Very close between those two. Battle for the lead.
Yep, on
Goes
board
on the
with them
inside.
now.
Oh, pulls back around. And he sends it.
Going side by side through the hairpin. There's no grip at all. And now the Renault's on the curb. He's going to lose out on traction, but actually gets fantastic traction. But
still side by side.
Alpha, oh, yes.
Neither one of them won.
And whoever's going to break later into this corner is pretty much going to be the winner, and that is Lazo. Lazo's going to keep it.
But he managed to keep it on the track.
Status quo behind, so we'll go back to the lead. Lazo's going to open up the gap here. Just got to keep it on the track, don't get any damage. This is so tight between the top 6. I mean, it's just nose to tail, and this is the final lap. There's only a few more corners to go.
What an amazing last lap for this race.
Oh, absolutely. Lazo's going to come around the last corner here, turn 23, with a lot of angry drivers behind him to take the lead, take the win tonight. Lazo, well done for the win of the Vietnamese Grand Prix, and Lazo down to P3, but there's been some penalties here tonight. Some weird stuff has happened, so we'll see exactly. Bamboo all the way down to P6 already.
Steven has taken the lead.
Yes, Nip Steven has unofficially taken the win here tonight, but we have to go through some penalties and go through probably some glitch things that happened tonight through Cody's.
Well, I believe most of these penalties are due to small corner cuts and track extensions from multiple warnings due to the fact that we're running strict here.
Yes, yeah, that also has something to do with it.
Most of these penalties, I believe, are correct. The only one I've seen that I know, or I assume to be a glitch, would be the one against Bamboo.
Yeah, that 10-second one was pretty insane.
What an amazing finish.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for all the comments, guys, in the chat. There's a ton of comments keeping the race entertaining tonight for y'all. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you all stay dry, along with myself and Pazosaurus Rex. The drivers got enough of the rain, and it definitely spiced up the race. And we had a new winner tonight, Lazo, for the win. Again, congrats to him. I feel really bad, but who was P2 and who was P3?
Honestly, with all the penalties, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah. And it's actually Nip Steven on the first place podium tonight. So we just have to kind of figure it all out. So Paz, would you be so kind to invite the unofficial top 3, which is Nip Steven, I think that's Got Any Weeb, and was it Lazo P3?
That's what it says in the race director, I believe.
Okay, yeah, just invite the top 3 and we'll get them in for some interviews, ask them some questions about how they thought that race went. That race was interesting, though. I mean, it had dry weather, had wet weather, had everything. Safety cars, VSCs. Jeez, look at all those penalties, my gosh. Kruner with 11 seconds. Yeah, so Nip Steven, Got Any Weeb, and who is in third?
Lazo.
Lazo, yeah, just invite them. We'll get their thoughts.
I don't have some of these guys on my friends list, so it might take just a second.
Okay. Let's see. Has anyone joined yet?
I have gotten we should be joining in a second.
Okay.
Still waiting for the other ones to add me back.
We might not be able to get Nip Steven, I think.
We do have gotten Weeb in the party.
Sweet.
Hey, what's up?
Hey man, how are you?
Not too bad. Pretty exhausted after that.
Dude, I bet. That was a crazy race. It went from dry to wet and had everything, and it had some safety cars and VSCs. It was like, jeez, man.
Yeah, it was the last 3 laps. Fucking
Yeah.
had me on my toes.
Dude, that
Sorry,
was...
I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss. Is this like a broadcast or?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Okay.
We'll pretend that we never heard that.
My bad.
All those watching this didn't happen.
Exactly, yeah. It's like we get flashed by like the Men in Black people, you know. It's like, oh, you just forget everything. So.
Yeah, that was fun. I'll probably get some people pissed at me. I think I had some incidents.
Yeah,
I
possibly.
think everybody out there had some incidents. You're not alone.
It's Vietnam, strict corner cutting. I mean, you're gonna have something, so we'll let the stewards kind of take care of that.
Yeah, dude.
They're gonna have
the
a
safety car. The safety car was like messed up at the end. It like turned the first place guy into a ghost, and it like gave me a green flag. So I didn't know what else to do. I just went by him, and I think it was one of the Renaults. I don't know what was going on with that.
Yeah, I think Bamboo is a little upset at you for the safety car restart. We'll ask that here in a second. Paz, we got anybody else here, or no luck with Nip Steven?
Neither him or Lazo.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and just get started with the Got Any Weeb. So, Got Any Weeb, congrats on the podium. It was 3rd place, I believe, but could change after incidents and penalties get removed or added or whatnot. So, it's an unofficial P3 at the moment. But how did your race go? And was there any particular moments that stuck out to you in a good way or possibly a bad way?
It went fine. I had some damage first lap, so I pitted for mediums, and then just kind of hung on to those until the rain came, and was just trying to time the change right for the inners. I ended up just following someone in. I think it was one of the Red Bulls that followed into the pits for the inters. But yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was it sucks when it rains there. It's really tough, but
That's tough when it's dry too, man.
Yeah,
let alone being
sure.
wet.
Yeah. But it was fun either way.
Absolutely. Paz, you got a question for Got Any Weeb?
Yes. So as the rain slowly started to, come in more and more, did you ever consider going in a little earlier into the inners, like we saw some drivers do, or did you really just were thinking, as long as I can hang on to these dries, I'm good until it just can't put the power down anymore?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not very good at timing that up. I think like a general rule is whenever they turn the DRS off, it's a good time to switch. Well, I just ended up like I said, I followed the guy in front of me just because I figured that's who I was racing against. I thought he would switch to inters, but he ended up switching to softs, which I thought was kind of weird. I don't know if it was just like a mistake, but I don't know. I felt like it was a good time to switch, really. Maybe the only thing that was bad about it was I think my tires were a little bit more worn for the safety car restart at the end compared to some of the other guys that pitted after me. But I think all in all, it was pretty good timing for the switch.
Yeah, I think you timed the switch actually pretty well. In the safety car, if the VSC came out, I think like right when it was kind of the crossover period, if the safety car came out then, I think a lot of you guys would have pitted for the intermediates at that time. But anyway, yeah. I thought it was a really good race, a very entertaining race. So hopefully you have some more good luck. We see you on the podium more often here in the near future.
Yeah, man. Well, I hope so too. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Enjoy your Thanksgiving break, and we'll see you at what track was it again? It was Canada.
Canada.
See you at Canada after the break. So.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Enjoy your
Appreciate
night.
it, guys.
Yep.
All right, later.
See you. All right, Paz. Well, that was a good race. That was very entertaining, and I actually enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. Quite a hectic one to make my commentary debut on. A lot to keep up with.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome to the team, and welcome to commentary. So I look forward to doing more comms with you in the future. Always down to just do it every week if I can, and just hang out and have a good time. So thanks for being here with me. And if you're viewer, thanks for staying with us tonight and watching the first edition of the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Again, the second edition is tomorrow night with the Golden class, and then our final edition this Thursday with the Platinum class. And I'll be racing in that on Thursday, and Blinn Machine will be in commentary. So 2 people that you saw tonight will be again on Thursday. So with that, we will close. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, or I guess tomorrow and Thursday, then in 2 weeks with the Canadian Grand Prix. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.